Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you about Afk Arena here and go over some of the newest updates and kind of just show you my progress in the game and give you a couple of my thoughts on it, some of the heroes I prefer and the teams I use. Now, I've been playing this game for a little while now. Let's pull up some of my heroes here that I prefer. This is my favorite hero in the game. I'm not really sure why. I really liked from immediately. I liked his effect where he can pick somebody up in that casket and just kind of eliminate them from the enemy team immediately. And usually he tends to pick up the enemy that's going to cause the most damage to you or who has the best factional damage. So this is a very, very useful character on your team, especially for the abilities that he comes with. Like I said, he also does heavy damage. Now, he isn't the best as a defensive player. However, I do use him defensively just because he is one of my strongest characters. You can see I have a lot of his equipment. I am still working on getting that Lightbringer equipment for his weapon and his outfit up there on the top right. Next, we'll move to Thane. Again, I really like characters that are harder to hit. If they have high dodge, high speed, they tend to stay alive a lot longer. Thane's one of those. He uses a special and just kind of jumps around from character to character, and I can show you that in a minute. So he is a very, very viable character to use. Moving on, as you can see, I did kind of stick with the Lightbringers. You just tend to get so many more of those early game that it makes it so your team's a lot heavier that way, unless you're really dropping a lot of your faction scrolls into those other factions, which again I will show you here in just a moment. Asha Mira, she to me is essential on every team. She's constant damage, she heals herself. She's weak to Lightbringers, like I said, which a lot of players have a whole lot of. So if you get a chance to get her early game, I definitely recommend on focusing on her. You can purchase her several different ways. I'll show you in the store, so you don't have to actually spend real money on her, guys. But if you do get her and you get her equipment up, I do have 3 out of the 4 pieces for her right now. She does get very strong very quickly, and it makes it very hard for a lot of those Lightbringers to be able to take her out. Now, I don't use this hero. I do have her ascended. I use her in the tower. I have other options on my personal team that I prefer better, but she is a very, very good hero. The other option I use is Lucius. I think that having a good tank on your team is crucial. He also does have that ability that allows him to throw up that shield over his entire teammates here. And overall, he's one of the more true tanks that's going to help your team a lot more, as well as make sure that you're not taking as much damage. Now, one option that I have done a lot is I've taken out Estrelda, and I've been putting in Rowan, who I tend to like. Now, he isn't Ascended, but he seems to play a lot like an Ascended. I will switch his gear up so he has better gear when I use him. But overall, he allows your characters just to be popping off their specials a whole lot quicker. And he's a very good support. If you come down and check out his skills, a lot of these skills are all supporting your team, which are very, very crucial mid-game. So when you're starting to get up in these higher levels where all the characters are maxed out, as you can see, I'm 265. The game does go a whole lot further than that now. Coming into those special abilities really sets you apart. The other thing that's really helping is not necessarily the tier of what your card is, but the tier of the gear that they're wearing. You can take a Mythic Plus card and make them very, very deadly if you use the right gear on them. So again, be very aware that some of these gears, they come with factional advantages. The factional bonuses are listed down here. You'll see that it's highlighted because he's on a Lightbringer or a Lightbearer. I keep saying Lightbringer for some reason, but Lightbearer. And so he gets those extra benefits. So that is really crucial when you're trying to make a push on any of these King Tower options. You'll want to make sure that those heroes that you're using are wearing your best gear to give you the best chance at pushing the furthest. Now, just to go over some of these other options in the store here, I always purchase the Elite Hero Stones. It's about 90 gems, but you're guaranteed 5 of them. So that's one thing that I always get. I always get the Hero Essence. Sometimes if I have extra gold sitting, I will get some of these bottom left emblems just to level up my signature items. Moving on, I have been trying to collect all these different stones to upgrade your gear from Mythic, which looks like this, to a Mythic Plus version, which does change how it looks, and it gives it a huge boost on stats. Again, you'll want to save up and buy these elite hero stones in the barracks. Move into the Labyrinth store. This is where you can pick up Asha Mira. Now Wukong is new. You can pick them up down here for 45,000. One thing I did notice here, the first one they've done it this way in the Labyrinth store, you can get Arthur Pendragon. However, it seems like it would be a pain to grind out 60,000 4 times. So we're looking at 240,000 tokens, which in the Labyrinth store, they really don't give you that many. If you do the level 3 on hard mode, you can get an opportunity to get a few more if you fight the little coin guy about halfway up. But it's really just, it seems to take too long. I really hope I just kind of pull that card in a pack, because right now I do really like Wukong. He's got some cool abilities to allow him to phase in and out of battle, use some shadow clones. He looks like Naruto and Goku mixed, because he's floating around on a cloud. He's got staff. He's doing shadow clones. The dude's just really cool. So he's someone that I wanted to look at using, and possibly even putting in my main team if I can get him up there enough. Now, moving to the Challenger store, this is where I bought all my Fox. Now, I have ascended Grigiel as well. He is very good on the Lightbringers, so I definitely wouldn't mind, or not the Lightbringer, I'm sorry, on the Greyborns. So I wouldn't mind using him further. However, I'm trying to save up and get as many Athalia as possible. Like I said earlier, I really like those characters that kind of phase in and out of battle. They can do a lot of damage really fast. She's another one of those that's just very, very quick, very hard to beat. As you can tell on my tower, cards that phase in and out of battle are very, very, very hard to beat. I'm going to go ahead and show you how quick they beat me. But this is a very unfair team to have to fight against, especially without a perfect setup. They almost all the time destroy my entire team and take very little to no damage. So it's very, very interesting. I actually did quite a bit better that time. I took out 2 of their heroes that time, and I hadn't done that before. But while I got you here, let me show you one more thing. One thing that I found interesting in these new updates, you got the Reconnaissance Crystal. Once you get that to 240, that you'll see I no longer have heroes up there. When it goes to 240, your top 5 heroes drop to that top row. All the numbers turn gold, and it then sends it to 280. So you have a chance to get that to 280. Now, I don't want you to think that that's as high as it goes. I have seen plenty of heroes up in the 400 range, so I'm not 100% sure. If you look at this new event, it's really kind of touched globally on what this game can do. But let's go ahead and take a look here at the event, and you can really see 480 seems to be the highest right now in game. I'm not really sure once you get to 280 what the next steps are. As I said, I've only been playing for a little while. Right now I am pushing level 149, and I have a few ascended cards at level 265, so I'm working my way there. It's definitely a slow process. It seems like you get stuck quite a bit in different areas for quite a while if you don't have good cards. One mistake I made, if you come down here and you click on portraits down at the bottom, it's going to show you all the ascended tiers. Do not use any of those heroes to come over here in the Temple of Ascension. Don't use any of those heroes that can be ascended to ascend other heroes. I made that mistake early on, and I regret it. I used Belinda early on to level up a Fox, and that's really halted my progress, as she is helpful in several different areas. But that's factional. That's faction-wide, as in you can make that mistake in any one of these factions, and it can cost you detrimentally later on in the game, because cards that you think are good now may not be good then, and cards that aren't good now may be good then, as the game is changing a lot. So you want to hold on to those heroes so that can be ascended all the way, and you want to work towards slowly doing that. So when you do pick cards that you're going to use, make sure you're picking cards that can't hit that ascended tier, like these, so you don't potentially put yourself in a rough spot later on down the road. One other thing I want to touch on, guys, if you're watching this, you're looking for a guild to join, take a look at our guild. We are growing very, very quickly. We're the 7 Deadly Sins, guild ID 216902. Feel free to join. We've got very, very active as of late, and we're just kind of hitting the ground running. So we appreciate all the support. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a question in the comments. If I didn't touch on it, there's plenty of things I missed. I'll be doing a lot of these videos moving forward. I'll show you a little bit of a walkthrough. They have a whole section here in the peaks of time. I have gone through and learned every one of them. I'm waiting for the new one. I can't wait. So if you guys have any questions, if you're getting stuck anywhere, if you don't know what a good team is, there are so many options that this game allows you to use. If you like more tanky teams, or if you like teams that use all magic, or if you like teams that are quick like mine, where they kind of phase in and out and they're all over the place, there's different ways you can build that. And again, you don't have to stick with all cards in one faction. As you can see, I have a Asha Mira in my main team up there, but you can throw in some healers. You can throw in a strong Brutus if you're able to obtain him, as he is one of the greatest cards in this game. So guys, if you have any questions, you have any comments you want to add to any of this, please throw a comment, throw a like, let us know, and we will hit that information next. So until next time, have a great day, guys.